Hi, family. It's Willie, aka Dr. Financial Literacy. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is day 10 in terms of velocity to banking on a bi-weekly. So from yesterday, we note that I took my entire paycheck of 169.94.93 and placed it on top of one of the credit cards that I do have outstanding at a balance of 36.57.30. Now, with that, I anticipated that the payment would be immediately. However, that was not the case. I've been paid since the 7th of this month, but the post of the money to the check will not occur until Tuesday. So one of the lessons learned over the past few days in terms of getting the money onto the card and reducing the rate is when we looked yesterday, there's two options of me placing, oh, excuse me. There's two options of me placing the check onto the payment. I could have one, make a payment in general, and the payments take about 24 to 48 hours to occur in general. Now, making a transfer takes about maybe 24 hours if you do it Monday through Friday before, or if I do it Monday through Friday before 6 o'clock Eastern time. So one of the lessons learned is that whatever card that you're trying to reduce and bring down, know when the card amount will be posted and know the date and know the time zone. So this particular card is in the Eastern time zone. So I need to have a payment Monday through Friday by 6 o'clock in order for it to post that night. If I do it over the weekend, it's going to take at least 4 days. So as a result of me being paid the $16.94 on the 7th and not having it posted to the 12th, I've lost 5 days of an average daily balance, costing me $2.56, which is about $12.80. That's on me. I have to accept that, and now and going forward, not make that mistake again, and make sure that I get my payments in Monday through Friday for this particular card that's in the Eastern time zone. So know your time zone of the card you're trying to pay and what's the cutoff. Call your credit card company and ask, what is the time zone and the cutoff date or time for posting? So again, was paid on the 7th. I lost 5 days because I did not pay it before the posting date and the time zone. The posting date or the time zone. So very, very, very important that you get your posting date and the time zone of the particular card that you're trying to address. So far, also, I haven't made any charges on the card, so none of my bills, daily expenses, monthly expenses, or anything else has come out of the card. So it hasn't gone back up, but it hadn't also gone back down. So I've kind of lost out on a few days for this particular month. And again, I'll also be monitoring what Velocity Banking advocates indicate that when you make that monthly payment, you wipe out, when you throw it in your paycheck, that lump sum, you're wiping out the monthly payment. So I'm really going to be watching and keeping track of, did I make the payment? Is there a difference between the payment in general so that I can see it? On paper, definitely it shows if I made the payment, then that's a result of me just putting the check on. But how does it actually show more so in the money in general? I've seen definitely how a number of velocity banking advocates pointed out, but trying to show, okay, how does that actually occur also? So velocity banking, what I used to do before velocity banking, I just simply took my check before velocity banking, put it in the bank. From the bank, I used to pay my bills monthly, daily, weekly, or what have you. And this included credit cards. And then I used the credit cards or the checking account to pay the bills. Now, under velocity banking, I bypass the bills. So I go from my paycheck employer to the bank, from the bank to the credit card, where the credit card houses all the bills and the money waiting to be paid. So the 1694 for this 2 weeks period, and then the 1694 for the next 2 weeks period will be housed on top of the credit card, waiting to be paid, and it's reducing the average daily balance. So again, that's the most important thing for the lessons to be learned for today is one, whatever card you decide to be your primary card that you're putting your money on to reduce the debt and do velocity banking, call your bank or financial institution to find out what is the posting deadline per day, and then what time zone that they're in. Pacific, Eastern, Midwest, find your time zone. Try to get all your posting, get all your check-in Monday through Friday before the weekend. Because I think for most banks and institutions, they're not doing processes over the weekend, but they're charging you over the weekend. So if you're going to use velocity banking, definitely try to get those postings in before. Now let's go ahead and go back to just look at some of the things that I looked at yesterday, and also go over some of the principles of velocity banking. Okay, as I just talked about and yesterday, the bill that I'm looking at is $3,687. So I've taken my entire paycheck, $1,694.93, and placed it on that bill. It won't be posted until the 12th. There's a difference between the payment and the transfer. Transfers for my bank is more faster than a payment. So in going forward, any checks that I put or bill money that I put on here, I will make a transfer Monday through Friday, not on the weekend. These are just some of the account information. Again, placing the check itself, $1,694.93 on top of $3,687. They said delivered by March the 9th. Now the delivery date I think is different than when it would post, but it also has March the 12th. So that may be the posting date right there. And lastly, one of the things that velocity banking, some advocates talk about is why you use a checking account, or why have money sitting in a checking account. Prior to working with velocity banking, I had, this is just some of my accounts, but at least for this particular institution, I pretty much just zeroed out my accounts and started basically using each one of the credit cards that have a balance, grab one of them and just put my check, throw my bills at it to knock it down. I actually closed one account, but I'm probably going to go back and open up the account, because if I want overdraft protection to allow me to pay my mortgage, my mortgages, and my rent, then I have to have a savings account for at least one checking account so that they can pull overdraft protection from, and being able to pay through my credit card company. Okay. So again, in summary, three things that I wanted to show. One was try to make your payments Monday through Friday, but in general. Two, contact your bank and find out what is the time frame that they're using to post your credit. Three, I have zeroed out my checking account and moved as much money as I can into another account. Not necessarily four, but I really don't have an emergency account. Probably will use one of the credit cards that's paid off. So I don't have any money that's sitting on the sideline. That may come with consequences. I gotta check and see if an emergency comes up. Then I may have to pull it or do a cash advance. But so far, I don't have any money put to the side. Everything is thrown at each one of these credit cards and having them bringing them down in general. So that can be a lesson learned as I go down and see what consequences occur. All right. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow, day 11, and see what else is going on. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.